What's going on, everyone? We are back again, like herpes, but we're the ones that
Woo!
you want.
Not herpes, bitch.
But we're the ones that you want to come back again.
Hi.
How are you, girlfriend?
I'm shocked. The cheek, the nerve, the gall. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I am good. Today was a better day, although I am a little tired. Just a little, not run down tired. Just just a little tired, but I'm good. I'm good. Today was a good day, a better day compared to some other days. So,
Are we matching? We're both wearing flowers.
flower power, and
Um,
not that flower power we're listening. She's not. It's that flower power.
right. What was I gonna say? I'm surprised that you have energy because this heat, bitch. I've been
Yo,
an Uber queen this whole week.
well, let's talk about this energy. It's so funny you bring it up because I've been meaning to reach out to some of our like cosmic sisters and stuff that we've had on the show and stuff because supposedly with this new moon in Cancer,
Yeah.
and I've been watching lately
Fucking
the last
cancers.
few weeks I've been watching a lot of like self-help stuff and manifestation stuff or whatever, and the common thing is that a lot of us, all signs, because of this new moon and Venus retrograde coming and all this shit, we supposed to be feeling not lethargic, but procrastinating, tired, and all that stuff. And I'm like, but wait low energy. But for me, it hasn't been like that. I thought like my sleep would be worse.
Mhm.
It's not. I thought I would like be struggling to get out of bed the last few days. I'm not. I thought I would have to be drinking like 50 million coffees or some whatever or Celsius. I'm not. Like I've surprisingly, I don't know where the energy is coming from. I don't know what's going on, but I'm fine.
Well, count your blessings, bitch, because I want to say so this weekend I had fun, but also I felt like on Sunday, stop laughing, bitch. On Sunday, I had the biggest cluster headache of my fucking life. I was like this close to go to to call my doctor and be like, something is wrong. Like we didn't even talk on Sunday, I think. We briefly
I think
chatted.
it was a
I think
brief chat. I
after
hit
like
you up, yeah.
after like a couple naps and stuff, but like when it's super humid outside and the air quality is bad, and then on top of that just the heat exhaustion and everything, it just gives me like really bad headaches. But luckily I'm fine today. I've been drinking lots of coffee every day, iced coffee to be exact. But yeah, this weather ain't it. Like it makes me not want to do anything.
And that's the thing about fucking summer. It's
And it
like
sucks
we
because
get
there's a lot of fun things to do, but it makes me not want to be outside.
exactly like when summer's approaching and the nice weather's approaching, we all get excited, especially spring weather. And we get excited for like, the summer months when like people are more out and things to do. But once this nasty heat hits, it's like everything you have planned, it like goes out the window. It's like fuck.
Exactly. Like
I'd
I'm
rather
not leaving
stay
my
home.
house.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to go to the beach, but I'm not doing that. I don't even think that it's worth going to the beach. If it was like 85 or 80 degrees, but no humidity, great, I will gladly go. But the humidity just makes me so exhausted. Like it's tiresome. I don't know.
Well, thankfully today wasn't bad. I don't know because of the overcast or whatever, but
It wasn't that
thankfully
bad.
today
Yeah.
wasn't that bad. Thank the good Lord. But there's so much to talk to you about. It's funny because this is the weird thing about having a podcast together as best friends, because we usually, for the most part, there's times where we could just talk a lot. I feel like in there's times where I want to hit you up because you know me. Like if y'all don't know me and Melanie's behind the scenes, like I could be annoying in the sense where like, especially because we have a lot of shows that we both watch, that we both have in common, that we love.
Yeah.
And I'm one that hits Melanie up like
Voice
whether
notes.
it's voice notes, like whether it's like reality, Real Housewives stuff, like, oh, this bitch, what do you think about that? Or Drag Race. But I refrained the last week or so because I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about it on the podcast and I want it to be like a genuine like first reaction and take on things, so we don't look robotic and rehearsed. Let me stop the tongue and
Bitch.
rehearsed. So and give it to you guys organically of what we think about what's going on with these shows, etc. So um let's get into Drag Race, because Drag Race, the last episode dropped.
Yay.
Last week we seen the Fame Games going on. This Friday is the season finale. We crown a new Drag Hall of Fame. It's down to Jimbo and Candy Muse. So I want to take your pick of who you think is going to win, but also what do you what have you thought about this Drag Race season, basically overall? Who do you think? Who's your pick? And when it comes to the Fame Games, this new twist, new thing that they're doing, which they get $60,000 a winner. That's not too shabby. Who do you think is going to take that?
Oh, okay. So I think overall the season was a good season. There was lots of filler. They actually eliminated themselves. They made it easy to get to the top. I'm so happy. I'm Team Jimbo all day, every day. If Candy Muse wins, then that's my Bronx Dominican sister, so I would be happy as well. But I'm going for Jimbo. Jimbo is like everything. As far as the Fame Games go, honestly, I think that Jessica Wilde should win. And I'm not just saying that because she's like my Puerto Rican queen, but like I think she did great. Like she was top 3. She came a long way. Her drag has evolved from when she was in what, season 2,
Season two
of Drag Race to like now. She's great. And I didn't think that she would like get that far because I was like thinking that she wasn't gonna be, like she wasn't gonna do as great. There are drag queens that they are like in the early seasons that when they come back and they do All Stars All Stars, they don't do as well. Case in point, Jujubee. What's the other?
No, she got far. She still got far on.
She did,
both
but
the All Star seasons.
She was in All Stars like twice. But who was the other one? The Echa Palante. Wasn't she?
What's her name?
Yara Sofia.
Oh, Yara Sofia. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm excited for. Is it this Friday?
Yeah, this Friday's the season finale of All Stars 8. Yeah.
All right, I will record it because I have plans.
Well, you don't have to record it. Hello, it's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I will watch it later.
That is increasing. Funny enough, let's rewind the tapes. Thank God for this podcast, because if you rewind or you go and catch up on older episodes, they're all streaming on your favorite platforms on YouTube and Facebook. I've said it before. Thank God for Paramount Plus. The $9.99, it still hasn't gone up. And the Devils must have heard me, because they were like, nope, we're increasing it to $11.99 starting August 1st. I'm like, these motherfuckers, everything just goes up. $11.99. But I could still deal with $11.99.
Let's be happy it's not $70 YouTube TV. Shout out to
But again, when you like add everything up, it's like I am paying like over 100, like almost 100, like cable. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's so hard to break up with some of these streaming apps. It really is. It's hard. It's good to have it.
Do you find it tacky when someone that you just started dating or someone you just met asks you for like to share the password?
Yes. Don't ask me. I think it's tacky. If we just met and it's a week or something, and you ask me to, yes, it's tacky. I think it's tacky. Yeah.
I rest my case.
I should be the one to, if I like you that much, I'll be like, hey babe, or you're like, oh my god, you have HBO Max, and be like, at my house, whatever, kicking it, I really like you, whatever, and I share it, and I'm like, oh, do you want to borrow it? Or do you want my password to watch home or watch the show or something?
No, sure. You need to be around. You need to be around longer than a fucking.
Well, but I'm just saying, example. But for the most part, someone to ask you, and you just started dating for your password, I think that's tacky. Are you giving me half the bill, motherfucker? But anyways, drag. When it comes to drag, listen, I was going for my Puerto Rican. Listen, I always root for the Latinas and people that, especially that are from the earlier seasons, because I have a soft spot for earlier season queens. So Jessica Wilde going was a little for me, but I had a feeling. My honest opinions on this season of Drag Race, I feel like basically RuPaul has his drags that he loves. He has his queens that he loves. In Jimbo, ironically enough, Jimbo's original season was Canada's Drag Race. RuPaul didn't really deal. I'm sure maybe RuPaul hears about them, sees their casting tip, but he didn't really deal with Jimbo, because that was it. RuPaul doesn't host Canada's Drag Race. Brooklyn Heights does.
Jimbo got robbed.
Heights, getting that gig. Pisces sister. But Jimbo basically was there. Then Jimbo was in UK versus the World, where RuPaul hosted that, and now RuPaul brought it to All Stars. I just feel like this season was set up for Jimbo to win. My honest two opinions. It's just,
I don't think she was set. I don't think she was set up. I don't think, because she brings it. She brings it every time.
But you know why they set up? Go ahead.
Why? Because of the whole lip sync. She's not that great as a lip sync.
No, go ahead. I'll give my opinions after, like, why I feel it's like a setup that she's winning.
I don't think it was a setup. I feel that she is someone that a lot of people gravitate towards, and a lot of people have said, like, we want Jimbo. Jimbo deserves to win. Jimbo got robbed. I went back and watched Canada's Drag Race just for Jimbo.
I didn't really season of where Jimbo was? Nice.
I stopped watching when she got eliminated, but I don't think Priyanka should have won. Granted, Priyanka was good in her own way, but I think Jimbo was like a breath of fresh air. Mm-hmm. There hasn't been a weird, like, clowny drag queen since Sharon Needles.
Yeah, but you know what? You're right. Great comparison, but Jimbo really... Listen, how many seasons have we seen of Drag Race? Like, in the US alone, the regular season. Mm-hmm. Then we have the UK seasons that started that we watch. We like the UK seasons.
We love it.
I did see just the first season of Canada's Drag Race. I didn't keep... There's like 4 seasons now. I didn't watch the other ones. I just watched season 1 with Jimbo. There's so many Drag Race. So I have to agree with you. There is a breath of fresh air with Jimbo, with her loony and the things in her mind that comes out. Even last episode where she did the lip sync, I'm like, this bitch is insane. Like, insane in all the good ways.
She does camp, but like, she reminds me of Divine. Because Divine used to do camp, but Divine used to do like gory, outrageous things that, like, for shock value. But like Jimbo does it, but Jimbo does it in like a more sexy, tongue-in-cheek type of way. I don't know. I love Jimbo. I think she's hilarious. And if we had DragCon again in New York, hopefully, God willing.
Not this year.
Which I doubt it.
Not this year.
I would go there before BravoCon, because BravoCon with those fucking tickets, I would love to see Jimbo.
Well, listen, and the reason why I say I feel like they're basically handing Jimbo the crown, because
they're not.
When I say that is the people that was casted for this season. I'm sorry if you brought other bitches that are a little more high caliber. I told you when the season started. Kahana Montrese, what? The
Alexis Michelle.
There was a lot of them that were like, really?
What is the one that just won the last lip sync? I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Oh, she was a James Mansfield. Like, I'm glad they gave her a chance, because we did see the RuPaul Christmas drag movie, and I do think James did pretty well.
She's funny
in that movie. And so when they brought her back, I'm like, okay, I can see why Mama Ru's trying to give her a chance. But still, a lot of the people casted for All Stars 8 was like mediocre, subpar. I'm sorry, like, they were. So that's why I feel like, in the sense, they just basically was like, here, Jimbo.
But you guys, don't feel like it's the producers that are setting it up. You forget that there's also queens that don't want to come back. There are queens that are like, okay and comfortable with where they are. They don't want to compete. Like, competition is a mental thing too. Not everyone wants to go through that shit.
Well, look at Heidi Closet. She left.
Oh yeah.
She left. She couldn't deal with it. Like, and it's a thing. And sometimes editing and stuff makes it seem like, oh, they quit. That could have been another drag queen spot or whatever. But we don't know what goes on. I have an idea. I have an idea because I study these things. I've dealt with people that work behind the scenes and stuff, but we fully don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So like when we're like, oh, they're quitters or why take someone's spot, it's mental health. And again, there's a lot of other factors, moving factors that go on that we don't see, of why sometimes you see these people quit and want to leave, whether it's Drag Race, whether it's a regular reality type of real world type of thing, whether it's a challenge, whether it's America's Next Top Model. We don't know the full story. We just seen the editing. So,
well, that and also people have their own breaks, like their own psyche breaks.
Yeah. Although I was rooting for Heidi in the closet too. Like when this cast was announced, Jessica Wilde, obviously, Jimbo, Heidi in closet, was some of the. I'm like, okay, I can deal with majority of this lackluster cast, and the handful.
I like Candy Muse, but I feel like she's giving a little bit more glamour. Like she's not wearing leotards the whole time, but it's kind of like the same. Like I don't know.
Listen, Jimbo's taking it. That's all. Like we know that Jimbo's gonna take it. I'm here for the fame games because we don't really know who's gonna take that. But clearly, when it comes down to
I voted, bitch. I voted 10 times.
Me too.
Did you?
Okay, good. I registered my email.
Wait, I voted for Jessica and I voted for someone else.
Well, I hope it's not definitely not James Manfield because they got to double their votes, and I hope not Lala. Well, she may win because she got to double her votes because
I'm between. It's a toss up for me. I'm between Jessica Wilde and Lala Ree. Yeah, because if Jessica Wilde's not gonna win, Lala Ree better take it because that last performance.
She did that thing. I felt her stage presence in that performance.
She was giving very thick Beyonce.
Right? Yeah, I thought that too. I'm like, okay, bitch. I didn't expect that. I just still feel she needs help with like her makeup and certain little things, but when it comes to stage performance, I think she does her thing. But moving on from a reality to another reality TV, RHONY kicked off on Sunday, the day we hardly spoke. Real Housewives of New York reboot. I gotta say, you know this. Last season, the season before this reboot was their first season that I watched the whole season. That was with Ebony. It's basically a season that everyone thought was the worst season of RHONY. Here we are with a reboot, season 14, a whole new cast. The first time in the Housewives franchise where they just rebooted with a whole new cast. A lot of people at first when it was announced were mad, but I don't know. I have to say that I watched it. Obviously, it's like my job to watch it, whether I'm going to get into it or not. And with what I do here, and I liked it. It was I liked the reboot. I love, when it was announced and I heard that there was a Afro-Latina Puerto Rican chick there,
Sai from Brooklyn.
And she's from Brooklyn too. Like I was a fan even before it aired, of Sai specifically. But all the girls, like watching this episode from Jenna's quirkiness, to
I got a story about Jenna Lyons.
To Sai, I love Sai. To even Brynn. Brynn's a lot, but there's something that I still kind of like about her, and I think she's needed. She's gonna be.
Brynn reminds me of Ashley Darby, but like a prettier, like classier version of.
I love Ashley Darby. She's pretty.
I don't. She's alright.
Ashley Darby.
She's like very très déclassée. I like Brynn. She's cute. I'm surprised she's an Aquarius. I was like, oh my God, girl. But I will say one thing that I like about all of them is that they all have jobs, because the original RHONY girls or ladies, they really didn't work. They did have businesses throughout the seasons, and that was basically because they were getting paid. But these chicks, they are actually established, and they are actual New Yorkers. I like Uber.
Maybe not original transplants. Let's
they're not
now in the sense.
No, but you could tell that they have the New York vibe. Yeah. I really like Jenna Lyons, even though she's kind of quirky and stuff. But I remember studying her and doing like a paper on her and J. Crew in FIT. So I knew who she was, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she signed up to be a housewife."
I was surprised
Because
too.
I know about her life, but yeah, I'm excited that she's on there. It's like a different spin. You need a lesbian in the fucking Real Housewives, especially in New York.
Yeah.
I like Sai because she's like she says, she's an around the way girl, and it's inspiration for all of us around the way girls to like
Mm-hmm.
become housewives and live in a nice townhouse, and still have a job because bitches are not like gold diggers. And who else? Uba. I was telling you before the show that I ran into her
Mm-hmm.
in Columbus Circle,
That is
doing
amazing.
my on the weekend. But she was so sweet, and she's so pretty and tall and like statuesque in person. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm glad that it's actual people that like represent New York, and they're
Mm-hmm.
all like scattered around. The Aaron girl, I liked her at first, and I seen a snippet where she speaks Spanish, and I was like, "Oh, look at her
And you see
speaking
that, right? It
Spanish."
was. I was like,
I was
okay,
like,
girl.
"Is this bitch Puerto Rican? Like, where's she from?" But I heard some things, bitch. I heard after the insurrection or the after Trump got like uh what is it?
Basically,
Persecuted?
the
What
charges that
yeah.
were brought against him.
He she gave him a nice little hefty donation. And that's why um Brain in Watch What Happens Live said, "Oh, I just learned that you can't trust Aaron." That's
But do
apparently
you think that's the
why.
reason why she said that? Bryn said that.
Don't say. Perhaps, but that's basically it came out that she was one of the donation givers.
Well, listen. I try to give people grace, but even on the
I like her
podcast,
though.
on the Inner Circle podcast, last week it was posted. An actor or someone who went in on other people who either attended Trump not rallies, but like donated to Trump or had met with Trump. Mark Wahlberg be one of them, and a few other people. It was posted on our stories. So I
Mhm.
don't want to be a hypocrite, but how do I put this? Should we hate someone or should we judge someone and does it say a lot about someone's character depending on the political party they support? What do you think? Like, should we not like her because she's horrible because she it's clearly if she's donated to Trump, she's a Trump supporter. So does it make the person not likable because
Well, I just dealt with this weekend. I met someone that's very conservative. However, they they see
Mhm.
both sides like Chanel. I think that
I know that feeling.
essentially,
Me
I
myself. I always say that. I see both sides.
I think that essentially you can't in life you can't always be super totally into one side. You have to
Mm.
also like see for what it is, and obviously there's pros and cons to everything. But like you can't just be one sided and choose one specific side and think that like that's what I'm gonna solely and blindly be, because it doesn't work like that. There are things that like maybe I agree with that are more conservative, and then there are things that that resonate with me that are more liberal. So I
Mm.
don't think I would judge someone. I would just want to hear them out and see where they're coming from. And like I give credit where credit is due, but also I find that if you talk your shit and back it up, I respect that. But if you're just like going with whatever people are saying, but you have no evidentiary support, in the words of Elle Woods, then like you have no depth to you. So I
Yeah.
don't think that she needs to be canceled or anyone needs to be canceled for that matter, or like people have to be pressed about it. I just found it ironic. Like I was like, why would Bryn say that out of nowhere? It was so random. So, and I saw that on Twitter, I think, or TikTok, one of
Mm.
those. But we
Well,
shall see.
we shall see how this season evolves, but so far I definitely like it. I'm excited about it, and just can't wait to see how it all unfolds. My quick standout ones that I really like, again, Psy, obviously even before the show aired, and I do like I so far she's quirky and weird, but I like quirky and weird. I like Jenna. I like Jenna so
I like
far.
Jenna too.
They're all great. Oba's beautiful. But Jenna and Sai so far, and then
I
there's
will
something
say
about Bryn. I'm not saying I love her. I like her, but there's something about Bryn that I'm like. I
she's
like.
gonna be. I
she's
feel like
not
she's gonna
bad,
be
but-
she's gonna be a fire starter. I feel like she's gonna
Yeah, that's
start
what I
shit
heard.
because she's like the young one and the single one. So of course she's gonna want to have all attention on her. The one that I really didn't care for
The
is
Indian,
Giselle.
just yeah. You
Jassel
know what
was
vibe she gives, Jassel? You know what vibe she gives me, and I feel it may end up being her. Sorry, I'm calling it here right
demise.
now, and it may end up being the same trajectory as Real Housewives of Dubai. Remember Nina?
Yeah,
She gives me Nina vibes. Giselle gives me Nina vibes.
Yeah.
Even like the way they look, talk, whatever she gives me Nina vibes. Kind of like a bore. Like, I'm sorry.
Well,
and
not
I
even
feel-
that, but it doesn't look cute when you're coming on and you're like an asshole to your husband. I think later on in the season, you'll see supposedly like she hasn't had sex with her husband in over a year.
Oh,
And
well,
that's-
they didn't really
that's-
mention that. Oh, yeah, I see the previews.
that's
the previews.
that's her storyline that they haven't had sex in over a year, and it's like, girl, no wonder you're looking frustrated and being a bitch because like.
Well, if they haven't had sex in a year, he's definitely getting it.
Over a year.
I'm sorry. If it's been over a year, any couple who doesn't have sex in over a year, I'm sorry. One or both parties are getting it somewhere else. I'm sorry. There's no way. No way you're just using your vibrator in your head. No way.
I know from experience, Chan.
No way. But real quick, because Real Housewives of New York is airing on Sundays right after Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I think that was a great tactical move on Bravo's part. But seeing how Real Housewives of Atlanta has been lackluster, in my opinion, it's not horrible, but it is not great. I told you yesterday, actually, I didn't go into specifics, but I reached out to you and I told you I want to speak about why I feel a Candy Burris should be off the show. She'll basically leave the show. And here's my opinion. I know you haven't watched this season.
I was trying to watch it yesterday, but I was like, I had it playing in the background while like washing dishes.
The reason why I think Candy should be off the show and should just go gracefully, like I think she's outgrown the show. If you watch the episodes of the season, even the last few episodes, now they're going to Portugal. She's only going a few days because she has something to do. Just if you watch, especially the seasons, like she's busy. Candy, like listen.
Why?
Candy,
I have a question.
She has so much going on. Mm-hmm.
Why are they going to a country that was already gone to by a different franchise? Like Potomac went to Portugal.
I think also with production, listen, it's not the house that specifically that be like, oh, we're gonna go here. No, it's obviously production and everything else, or depending on the wife who may have something going on, whatever, as she suggested. But it's mostly production that has a say on that, and then you have to like secure permits and people that are gonna let you film, restaurants, the hotels and stuff that are gonna let you stay there and all that stuff. So it's a lot of moving parts. And sometimes I feel like for production, it may be easier to go where they know versus taking all that extra time and work to try to like secure another spot, if that makes any sense.
Right. But I just find it weird because of all people, of all franchises, Potomac went. And like, you know, that there has always been like some sort of underlining tension / animosity between Potomac and Atlanta. If you
do they try to pin black versus black, which is black women versus black women, which is kind of fucked up. You don't see people pitting New York versus Beverly Hills or OC versus Beverly Hills, etc.
OC versus New York versus OC was a big thing because Vicky and Ramona were going at it.
Well, that was jumped to because of their own ego, but for the most part, fans-wise, you didn't get that. Fans do that with Potomac and Atlanta, which I think is like, yeah, we should not be doing that to one, the two only really fully black cast, and it's so typical, it's so fucked up and typical to pit. If we're gonna pit any Housewives franchise versus each other, really, we're doing the two ones that only have black, mainly with black women. I think it's fucked up. But yeah, I think Candy has to go. She's outgrown the show. I think she And again, that's why you haven't watched it, but if you do, whenever you do catch up, you're gonna be like, oh, I see what he's talking about. It's just like even her demeanor, her behavior, it's like she's too big for the show. It's a
Well,
paycheck.
the last episode I saw, she was like talking to Sheree and basically kind of berating Sheree for not having her She by Sheree thing on point. And like, I don't know. I just feel like she thinks she's beneath, like people are beneath her.
That too.
I don't
But
like
even
that.
the latest episode, they all went to Drew's house because Ralph wanted to like do where the men cook for the women or whatever. That fake one. But
Loser.
and there's a scene where she's like, she leaves, and then she's like in the balcony, she's telling Todd, "Let's go, it's time to go." And I'm like, and Todd like un pendejo,
Un bobo.
like, yeah, okay, oh really, okay, babe, oh, time to go. And she's like making faces like, yeah, let's go. So I feel like it's like, no, you know what she's giving me? And it's funny because the
Kim
hypocrisy.
Zolciak.
Boom. The way they were so mad at Kim Zolciak back in season 5, including Candy herself, she's doing now. It's funny because they're both Taurus too. Both Taurus.
Taurus.
So it's like, girl, and this is why I just think, you all worldwide, your Candy Birds, you're worldwide. Leave the show. Just bow out. But I think it's all her spin-offs that she had from Bravo have never released up. So it's like she obviously wants to secure a check, wants to secure a place where she could still promote her shit. So that's why I think she still latches on. But I think it's her time to go.
She will not be missed. Goodbye.
But so much has gone on. Since last week we had Kitty Kaboom from BT who voiced Cedar's World. She's a voiceover actress. That was such a fun show. I really had fun last week. That was such an amazing podcast. And if you guys haven't watched it, listen to it, please definitely check it out. It's iconic. Cedar's World was iconic. Cedar's World was a part of pop culture, especially for BT. So it was so exciting to have her on. And then I've even received text messages and people reaching out like, wow, like you really had this person on. And I was like, yeah. So it felt cool to get that feedback.
And she's not just a guest, bitch. She's a friend.
She's a yes. She's
an actual friend.
Yeah, can't wait to have her back. We met her in LA. The way the world works. So it was such an amazing episode. But so much has gone on where last week we wanted to talk about certain things. Ricky Martin. I'm sure you heard him and his man. I don't even know his man.
His man was, I forgot his name.
Right? Jawan
I just know he was like in his 30s.
Yeah, divorcing. I mean, there's so many breakups right now. Celebrity, like people breaking up, from Sofia Vergara and Joe Magdaleno. So many people. I'm like, what is going on in the world with all these divorces and stuff? Like, it's really like, what the fuck? But yeah, Ricky Martin and his man. It's funny because my brothers were so quick to hit me up when he got married. Not all of them, some of them. Was like, oh, he's married now. But none of them hit me. None of them hit me up when they was like, oh, Ricky Martin, his man's getting a divorce. You still up for the running. No one hit me up to give me that. They was good to hit me up when Ricky Martin was getting married and got bagged, but no one was like, okay, you still got a chance with your man.
People's priorities are different when they settle down and have kids. Maybe, I don't know what was the reason, but apparently they had an open relationship. Mm-hmm. That can make or break, bitch. There's 2 things that can make or break relationships: threesomes and open relationships.
No, I think there's more to that.
But God bless y'all.
I think there's more.
Of course, of course. I'm joking, but I'm saying like those are things that,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some people think it may work. Some people may think it may work, but it's all situational. Like everything else in life, it's all situational. So there's that. Like, good luck to them because unfortunately they did have Ricky Martin already had boys, 2 boys who are now teenagers.
They're so cute.
Mateo and I forgot the other one's name. Sorry. But they also have, with him and his soon-to-be ex-husband, they have 2, younger kids. So it's unfortunate when there's kids involved and stuff. But who knows? Maybe they'll work it out like Kim Zolciak and
Croy.
But another thing heard around the world was, which I mean, listen, there's so much news with this girl where I'm like, whenever we talk about this, she's kept delivering certain little tidbits where it's like refreshed to still talk about today. Britney Spears. I'm ecstatic. October 24th, we are finally getting a Britney Spears autobiography book. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait. That was announced. We knew
I'm
it was
buying that shit. That bitch better do it in the Audible version because I'm getting the book hardcover Audible so I can hear in every fucking accent that she likes to do.
Well, if she does Audible, maybe you're gonna hear another person. Maybe you'll hear Maya Marie do it. Because word on the street is she doesn't know if she wants to do the Audible thing. It may be too much.
Word on the curb.
Yeah.
Oh well. I mean, it is hard to do it. It is hard to relive.
As you seen on And Just Like That. Well, that's like an acting show, but you know. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. So, but I can't wait October 24th. But even before announcing her book, the smack heard around the world that, you know, that basketball player, I forgot his name. You know, it's kind of lost his steam the last few weeks, but she got smacked. Basically, she was in Vegas. And Britney Spears has always been, if you're a Britney fan, you know she's a huge, her favorite sport is basketball. She played basketball as a pointer back when she was in high school. She loves basketball. So I'm not surprised she knew who Victor was because I didn't, but I'm just a gay boy living in a plastic world.
I have a theory. I don't think it was her. I think it was her husband that was like, oh, that's so-and-so. And then she thought,
she knows some basketball players. He wasn't around. She loves basketball. So she knew who he was, I feel. I don't think his husband related.
He was right. He was there, though, wasn't he?
He was there, but he wasn't there. And if you see the video, he wasn't there when she's like tapping on the back. On his back, she didn't put her arms around him like the guy himself said or security or his people trying to say. She tapped him. You can see it in the video. And his security then did a backhanded slap where it knocked off her glasses. There were some reports that she fell to the floor. She did not fall on the floor. You can see the video, but it definitely knocked off her glasses, and that's embarrassing. Period. To be like, you know, to be smacked, in public. But you know, Victor Wembanyama, whatever his last name is, who plays for the Spurs. Correct me if I'm wrong. Spurs, something like that.
Let me check.
Listen. He never apologized. Britney Spears. Listen,
his last name. You are butchering everyone's last name today. It's Victor Wembanyama. He plays for
the Spurs.
Spurs, yeah.
And well, listen, karma is a great thing. I truly believe in karma. And Homebody, basically, for not because of the Britney incident, but because of his lacking of talents, I guess, compared to his rest of his teammates, has been benched for the summer. And basically, I was watching this. I was out eating, and it was on ESPN, and I'm like, look at karma. I guess he needs to step his pussy up with his skills, and yeah, he was benched. That's all I could say. I don't know sports like that. I'm not gonna get into the specific details I heard, but he was benched for the rest of the summer and given advice on what he could do to come back and be better. I
like sports, but I'm tired. I'm very tired of this story because I have my views on like both of them were wrong, but at the end of the day, like I'm tired of this story.
But another thing that is great that I'm excited about, we have a book in October. Last year we had, listen, Britney Spears, she says she's quit the industry like that. So you're not going to see her really work, bitch. But the fact that we had last year Hold Me Closer with Elton John as a little, you know, to do, a little song to have. And now, a year later, now we're going to have another song. will.i.am and Britney announced that they're, first of all, stop trolling us. Y'all said it was going to come out on Tuesday. Then y'all like, oh, it's going to come out Friday. But it's called Mind Your Business. And it comes out this Friday.
Mind Your Business.
And I heard it's a bop. Listen, I like it. Like, listen, I think it's coming out right in time in my life, in my era this summer. Mind Your Business. I'm going to be using that a lot. What do you think? What's your feelings on her back with will.i.am? I know I asked you this already, and you gave your opinion. You like.
I like will.i.am in certain. He's collaborated with some artists and he's done great. Personally, I think he's corny as fuck with Black Eyed Peas, but whatever. I don't like them. I think they're so corny. I only like one song that they have, and it was a remake, Más Que Nada.
Oh, that was on
The Brazilian, because it
Oh,
was in
never
the
mind.
World
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah, never
That
mind.
song.
Yeah.
But that wasn't even their song. That was Sergio Mendes. Anyway, Will I Am is cool, but I love Scream and Shout. It was a good bop.
It was a hit. It was a hit for
However,
them.
I don't think he is the designated person for her to like do an album with, because Britney Jean was trash.
Yeah.
I did not care for Britney Jean.
In the fandom world,
She
like
needs to
I
do
told
another thing
you,
with Danger.
I look at everything, just like a lot of things in life. I take certain things for what it was and for what they are, and I look at the good side. Like I try to, find something good. But Britney Jean, like let's be for real. Like Britney Jean, out of Britney's whole catalog, is the worst. It's the worst. It's the
Yeah.
worst. It's not the greatest. It felt rushed.
Soda Pop, Email My Heart was better than that shit.
I like Email My Heart.
Email My Heart. It's like you email me. You send me an email. Remember that?
And let's be real. Let's be real. Like for back then, when the album came out in 98, let's say she recorded this 98, 97. No, the album came out in 99. So let's say she recorded this 98, 97.
98, yeah.
For back then, a song like Emo My Heart was,
it was a big thing because,
time.
bitch, not everyone had AOL dial-up, honey. That shit was expensive.
So she was ahead of her times, I guess, with that.
She
with
was.
Emo My Heart. I kind of like
my
that
heart, bitch.
But
Hit
Soda
me on
Pop,
my beeper. I love Soda Pop. I was like,
I hate that song.
Shoe Pop, Shoe Pop.
And it was on the Pokemon soundtrack, the first Pokemon movie soundtrack. It was on that soundtrack too. Yeah. What a song! That's what
I liked it. I thought it was so cute. What's one of my favorite?
Corny.
There was a song that she had that I really like. I don't remember.
What if he's in pop?
It was giving like British pop.
From what, her first album or
that song Soda Pop? It's like British pop.
No, but it was also giving kind of like reggae too, like
at
the beginning.
But that's what I'm saying. Remember, that song from UB40? It's that group, that reggae British group, Red Wine.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know that song.
It's a white guy that sings it, pretending to be Jamaican. That's what I'm saying. It's like
like that song, Informer.
No.
Bitch, growing up the whole time in Puerto Rico, growing up, I remember that from Puerto Rico. I remember like the growing up sister, my parents. I thought this motherfucker was always like some Jamaican Caribbean guy. I did not know he was a white man till I was a grown up. I was like, oh shit, really? But I still like that song, Informer. But yeah, can't wait. We'll see how it all sounds Friday. Speaking of music, did you check out Raul or heard Raul Alejandro's new album Playa Saturno?
I did.
What are your thoughts? Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want to say nothing. Tell me what you think, and then I'll give you my opinion.
Wait, I'll tell you what song I like.
Al Callao?
Of course, Al Callao.
Yeah.
And I like the song with
Ponte.
Well, that one was good, but I like Ponte Nasty with Joel y Randy.
Okay.
But there's a song, bitch, I was gonna tell you. There's a song that you posted the other day where you were in the gym, and I was like, I can't find this song, but I don't think it's in this album. From Raul Alejandro.
I know, with Busy Rap.
No, it wasn't that one. It wasn't with Busy Rap.
It's from his new album, though.
Is it? I gotta check, but
I was at the gym, right?
Yeah. It's a good, I like the beat, and I was like, damn, I want to go back and see what it is, but I forgot. But I was surprised that he has a song with Miguel Bosé. Miguel Bosé is a famous Spanish singer from like Spain.
Enlighten me, bitch, because I don't know who he is.
I enlighten you because I love like music from Spain. Like I like flamenco and I like Spanish pop. Because he was I know I do. He was like the mentor of Alejandro Sanz, which was like my childhood favorite artist. But yeah, I was surprised because Miguel Bosé is kind of like this very, I don't want to say androgynous. He's like a Spanish version of David Bowie. People think he's gay, but he's not. But then he is. He's bisexual apparently, and like he
We love our
does.
bi people.
Yeah, he's very he does songs that are very like old school Spanish romantic boleros, but then at the same time he
Bolero.
does shit like this. So I was surprised. I was like, "Excuse me," but yeah, the album is cute. Mm.
My personal opinions. It was listen. I like Raul Alejandro a lot. I've been trying to go see him in concert for a minute. You know that this year he was at Barclays again. It's just the timing. The year before he was at Barclays, the timing. I want to see him. I think he's great. His little Smurf ass because he's short.
Yeah,
No shade towards the shorties out
he
there.
might have a third leg.
Trust
Though.
me, exactly. I've dated. I've been with a shorty before, and I was a little taller, and that shorty did not disappoint when it comes to that third leg. but I want to see him. He's amazing. He's like a younger version of the Spanish Chris Brown. I don't know if some people may like, whoa, that comparison, but like I do think that he's amazing. But I enjoyed his Saturno album. This is called Playa Saturno. His Saturno album was great, and his album before Saturno, I think Vice Versa or whatever, was even better. So this is his fourth studio album, and my opinion, I thought he was trying to have his version, excuse me, of Bad Bunny's Un Verano Sin Ti. Playa Saturno.
Oh, you think so?
I really think when you really look Playa Saturno, if you look at his visuals, it's like beachy, working out.
Yeah, I saw.
I just thought I'm like, oh, he's just trying to have his own version this year of like Bad Bunny. Well, Bad Bunny's Un Verano Sin Ti was last year. I think he was trying to replicate that this summer with hit for himself in this album, but no. And this is not me being biased because I'm a Bad Bunny, but no. Listen to both albums and he doesn't come close to Un Verano Sin Ti.
Well, like I said, there's a lot of tracks, and I can name like 2 or 3 that I like. But the one that you posted, bitch, go back on your stories and find out the name so I can like download it.
Which one? Okay, I was at the gym. I posted at the gym this weekend, right? Well, listen, I took a little break from my personal social media. And again, it's insane. Like, you take a break and you start getting DMs or text messages of people like, are you okay? Again, like, this new world stresses me out. Like, stresses me out in the sense where it's like, wow, I really can't take a break from my personal social media without people thinking something is like going on with me. First, like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think because people are expected, because I guess they expect and they see from me that I post. For the most part, I post, but it's like, okay, I don't care. Listen, word of advice for anyone. People could post as much as they want, but then people could also want to take a break. It does not mean the world is falling apart, something horrible is going on. Maybe they just need that time where they don't need to feed the beast.
Personally, I don't think people need to announce when they're taking a break.
I don't
want to take a break. No, I know, but I've seen people do it, and it's just like there's no reason to do that because not like if you feel like you have to update people in your life, that's kind of sad. You shouldn't live for other people.
Yeah.
Even if you're a celebrity, like, child, please do shit at the privacy of your own chambers.
Well, speaking of this social media world and the craziness, we had to get into this AI thing. Like with the AI with the voices, the songs, the AIs now with their picture stuff. I know, because we sometimes discuss things. Obviously, there's our podcast. We discuss certain things. We throw out the ideas of what we want to discuss, and we talk about it. And then we give our opinions of what may be touchy or how we may have to word things so we don't offend anyone and such. At the end of the day, this is a podcast. This is just 2 individual opinions. We're not trying to offend anyone, etc. But we got our own opinions. And this whole AI thing. So let's start it off with what I think about it.
Go ahead.
I think it's like this whole. Listen, I get it, especially with the picture AI stuff. some people want to have fun, just like with the filters and all that, especially with the little
Yeah.
kids when they get on the filters and even the filters that Instagram and like the Facebooks have created and adults play with it. Hey, sometimes you want to be playful and be silly and play with filters. So I get it. Some people want to be playful and play with AIs. But then there's people out there I feel that are, I don't know where this world is heading. It's just so complex. Like I'm all over the place with this because there's some people play with it, and I think some people are taking it serious. And it also scares me in this sense because, let me give an example. I seen someone post. It was a good AI. Listen, I thought I myself was shocked. I was like, since when this motherfucker got abs like that? You see people in their comments like, oh my God, great job at the gym. Look at you. Since when? Blah, blah. And then I come to find out it was AI generated. But my problem and my qualms with this is people who like, it's like, especially in the comments, people are saying, oh my God, look at your body. Congratulations. And then you have this individual person who posted this, which their mum's the word. They're not saying, oh, this is just an AI thing that I'm playing with. They're just going with it. You see the plethora of comments, people sweating this person, and they're just like going with it. Not even correcting, like, oh, this is just AI, blah, blah, blah. To me, that's like false. Like, and not only that, but I told you where it goes deeper. I think this could affect in the long run, going as we go with this and deep with this. This could affect people, the individual person down the long run. Because yes, you're putting this AI thing and people think it's you. But at the end of the day, when you're going to see for yourself, you're getting all this applause and all this, like all these comments. But then you know what's really up. You know that's not really you. I personally think that could fuck with your individual's mental health, their own world and thinking when they go to bed with themselves or deal with themselves day to day. I think that could be a mental fuck for one's individual.
Yeah.
It's so complex, this AI thing. And I told you this. It's like there's so many facets to it and so complex where I don't know. I just don't agree with it fully. I think it's like it's a sense of fake. I already feel like we live in a fake plastic world with social media nowadays, where everyone like with the filters. Girl, you know me. Let's go back when the filters started.
You know, were never on board with filters,
and I was very, very critical on filters. I let people be now, and it's like whatever. I'm not gonna really judge it. Filter your life away, but it's like. I just think it's a sense of fakeness. And at the end of the day, you're faking your life in a sense. But then when you go to bed at night, you're fucked. It's like, oh, people think this, but you know your true self. And it could fuck you up. It's like, why not live in your true reality instead of living in a fake reality where at the end of the day, it's going to fuck up your mental health more because you know you're not living in your true reality.
True. Listen, I have a lot of thoughts and I agree 100% with you. I just feel that first of all, before I even address anything, I do want to acknowledge our logo. Our podcast logo is obviously like an AI picture of us. It's an AI picture of a New Year's Eve picture, right?
But that's an actual picture of us.
But that's an actual picture of us. But it's also, you guys see us. You guys see how we look. You guys see how we interact. We're not posting, hiding behind that picture and like not showing our true, authentic selves. That's one. Two, I feel that not only is society like hard and judgmental with women, with men, with anyone, with ageism and all that shit, even like gender roles and stuff. But I feel like there are people that are going to be delusional and get so sunk in a rabbit hole and like just make all their pictures look like that. And then there's other people that are going to feel the pressure where they see everyone else doing it. So they're going to feel pressure to do it as well, which sucks. And that's making society less natural. as much as people want to rap and say that they like natural bodies and all this shit, things like this come up and it like sets us back tenfold. I personally was telling you the other day that I feel like there should be like a sticker or a watermark for every time people do an AI picture,
Like a
and
warning,
it should
yeah.
say like not parental advisory, but something in the sense of like this is AI generated, blah blah blah, like just so people could know. Because you know what's crazy? Even on dating apps, there are people posting AI pictures. Bitch, when I see that shit, I am quick to swipe left because if you're hiding behind an AI picture in a dating app, what the fuck do you look like in real life? You know, there are people that are taking it farther than Facetune. The
Yeah.
other day, I posted yesterday actually. I posted a selfie with no filter, and I was like, first of all, I know I'm fucking cute, but also I was thinking to myself like, my skin looks like flawless. Shout out to Diana, my esthetician. Um, Without AI, imagine if I used AI. I don't think I'm not intrigued or like curious to see myself in AI. Granted, I'm looking at it right now on the screen, but like that shit is not real to me. And there are people that like want to have they like have these expectations or want to reach that look, and it's crazy. Like, what are you gonna do? Go to a doctor and be like, I want to look like this?
Listen, no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade, but some of you people out there with their AIs, y'all living on a prayer. Y'all wish y'all look like that. I'm not
There's a
even
difference.
like go ahead,
There's
girl.
there's a difference when people acknowledge and they're like, oh look, my AI picture, okay, that's it, and they post it. Ja, basta. But when you go and you decide to keep posting more and more pictures of yourself and like a new selfie and all this shit, like pump the brakes. You're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
Mm-hmm.
cute to me.
And then there's also this rift and this fight now between the people who do AI. There's the people who are judging, like, oh, these AI things, yeah, fake, or and then there's the AI people who are using the filter, posting, oh, you haters who are talking about people using AI. So now that's causing that too online, which is it's funny. Everything in this world is very divisive. Um, Listen, at the end of the day, do what you want to do, right? Play with what you want to play with, live behind a filter, etc., etc. But my advice is we at the end of the day have to deal with ourselves. Every day we
Yep.
have to deal with ourselves. This mind is crazy. We all have a mind where we have to deal with ourselves. Don't let this fake fucking world and this like alternate universe, whatever you want to call it, like don't let it fuck up your life and mental health trying to live to expectations. Don't I'm trying to find the right words because again, it's not about trying to piss on people or thing, but it's like protect your mental health, protect your heart.
Mm.
This everything we've seen out here in this social media world nowadays, it's just a lot of it's fake.
A lot of it is just
Be
for attention.
attention or money because remember all these AI
Yeah.
stuff or whatever is money. Also read the terms and agreements. This is even for myself. A lot of times when we're signing up for these AI things, we're selling we're giving away so much of our freedom and things that they could access on our phones or whatever. So keep that in mind too. This is just mind bending. Like when you get to nitty gritty and go down a deep rabbit hole, like everything's happening. The AI, like, listen, we have Britney Spears singing "Padam Padam," and it sounds like Britney
I
Spears
love I
through
love that song.
AI.
Yeah.
Like it's
There was
crazy,
yeah, I heard Madonna singing. I don't even know what song she was singing, but it was like on AI, and I was like,
and it sounds
that's
like
crazy.
Madonna.
Yeah.
It's insane. And it's so much we could talk about it, and I would love to like touch this again with more guests and like get other people's perspective because it's just insane, like how like wildfire this AI thing on so many different levels, whether pictures, voice, movies, whatever.
I think it's gonna
Um,
blow over. I think after a while, like the same way people were praising, like it's a fad right now. And I hope that it's like white hot where it comes and goes. Because at some point, like what are you gonna do? Like you're gonna hide behind an app to
Yeah,
post yourself? That's too much.
it's a lot. But before we get into our game of who's most likely, and I want you guys out there to help us out and give y'all opinions again. Is one of our favorite games. Um, listen, I don't want to give too much because that's your business. Mind your business. That's your business. But dating, right? When you're single, you know, obviously today
Mm-hmm.
to like me to be get into a relationship again when everyone's ready, you go on dates, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about this. And I want your opinion and even people out there talk about it, comment, whatever it may be. Going on dates is an investment. Do you think that holds true? That statement, going on dates is an investment. Do you think that holds true? What are your thoughts with that statement? And do you think it's true?
Going on dates is an investment. It depends. Like, are we talking investment for the female, investment for the male, or does it matter the gender? It's an investment for each person. They're investing time, they're investing money, they're investing energy to put your best self forward. Um, it's an investment, I would say. I think I have noticed there are some people that are now in today's world, people are more open because I've talked to girlfriends and you know, read through the blogs that a lot of people are more receptive to doing coffee dates where they just sit and have a coffee and talk, which I think it's okay to each their own. But I feel like it's no pressure because you don't have to sit in a dinner and wait around and like if it doesn't work out, you're quick to be like, here, like I just finished my coffee, I'm gonna go, goodbye. But I do see where men can just be like they can take the brunt where they always constantly have to be taking it doesn't just have to be men. It could be like straight men, gay men, whatever, but
Mhm.
going out to eat all the time and taking someone out and then the date doesn't even pan out or like it amounts to nothing because you guys don't end up clicking and having chemistry. So I think that I'm open and accepting of traditional, non-traditional ways of dating, but all in all, it is still an investment because whether you're putting down a penny or $100, you're still investing something somehow. What do you think?
After seeing this statement, I do think
I
dating
wish I
is an
read the
investment.
comments.
Dating is an investment because it is. It's true. It's an investment. Every date you go on, whether it's a date that like pans out or listen, and I'm thinking myself, like, not all dates are like, oh my god, this is the person I want to be with and date, and then you date them for whatever years or time or months or whatever. Some things are just that a dud. Like you go in it, you meet the person, you think they're hot, whatever. Obviously, you got to date, but then it just doesn't go anywhere from that. But you went on a date, you spent X amount, you spent your energy, you spent your time. Because listen, money aside, time
Hmm.
time. Let's speak on it because a lot of people don't like. Let's fucking put the money aside. Someone's time is very important. Anyone's time is very important. Energy is very important. The energy you're spending on getting ready, worried about like how this date's gonna pan out, how are you gonna come across, what you're gonna wear, your best foot that you're gonna put forward. It's energy, and it's mind. It's like mind depleting. And when I say mind depleting, is because obviously you're thinking about all these things. It could be all that. So it is an investment, I feel. And that's why I feel in our world and in our times, because it is an investment, we have to be wiser on the people we actually choose to do these dates with. I think now in the world we're in, because let's be real, we've heard it, we've talked about it here, and I'll be quick to admit it. Like even before, sometimes people look at a date as a free meal. I've seen it so many times posted online. Oh, it's a free meal. Whatever. I'll do it. It's a free meal. Or it's a free thing or whatever. So it's like, I think people in our day and age, unfortunately, we have now when it comes to dating, we have to even be smart of who we actually give that time to and date and try to get to know.
Mm-hmm. I think
What do
that's
you think?
such low vibration to just see it as a meal. I can't. I value my time so much that I'd rather be by myself and eat a poor man's meal if I'm broke than go out with
Mac
someone
and
that I
cheese
know
with
it's not
some
gonna.
hot dogs cut up.
Oh,
I would never
Jesus.
do that. I still would never do that. I no matter how broke I was still
I
eating something good.
I just feel like I would not want to spend time with someone that I feel like it's not going to go anywhere. However, it takes dating and meeting multiple people, not at the same time per se, but like getting into the rhythm of doing it a lot. So for you to get good at vetting who is going to work for you and who's not, like you need to strategize and strategically vet out people. And one way to do that is by like obviously going on dates. And it sounds like Groundhog Day, where you're asking the same questions. But if you once you get the hang of it and the rhythm of it, you start to sniff the bullshit. You see the red flags right away, and you're quick to like realize what's for you and what's not for you. For example, I remember like I was getting to know someone, and I felt that they were not in the same wavelength as me. They were already romanticizing and thinking about the future. Mind you, we had not met. We had planned to meet further down in the week. So this person's already thinking about like long-term relationship and marriage and getting all that. That's what I want. Those are my dating intentions. I eventually want to get married. I eventually want to have a long-term relationship. However, there are people that are doing it, and it sucks to say this, but it's true. Some people are just desperate to be in a relationship and to be with someone. And I've learned through dating, the ones that are super desperate are the ones that are so gung-ho and keen on being in a relationship that when they are in a relationship and you present to them, this is how a relationship works. This is what's expected. This is the boundaries that I am expecting. These are the boundaries that you should have. Automatically, it's like, wait, this is too much.
And this is
I
the
don't want
work that
this.
relationships take.
Exactly. So that's why you can't jump into anything right away, and you need to give it time, because when you do jump into something right away, you're either going to regret it or you're going to find that the person is not receptive to what they were saying. People change their thoughts and ideas like clockwork. It happens all the time. Someone that I would have thought that was going to be like, oh my God, he's the man of my dreams, we're going to be together forever, could 6 months down the line be my worst enemy and someone I would never want to speak to ever again. So you just have to learn how to vet people and like not take. I'm more of an actions. You could tell me everything. You could sing to me everything under the sun. But if I see that actions are not aligning with what you're saying, I'm not gonna fall for that.
Well, bitch, your good Aquarius sister Aubrey O'Day sung that special song, that special line, and that song "Damage" with Danny Kane. And I was with me and my gay little
Actions speak
friends.
louder than words.
You better show me something. Listen, I was at Aubrey and my little gay group of friends when it came to that song, and that was my line, and I still use it to this day. Actions speak louder than words. You better show me something. Aubrey sung that, and I still will use that day, that saying in 2023 in my life going forward, because I truly believe in that. Actions do speak louder than words. You can do all this talking, and if you're listening live, if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, and you're not watching it, you may not see my hands yapping like a puppet, but I'm doing the handshake thing right now. Anyone could do all this talking. It's actions that back it up. Actions.
And I will say also, like a lot of people vent about relationships and like the process of getting in a relationship, but we also need to credit the people that don't want to be in a relationship, that just want to be casual. If you come to me and you tell me, listen, I know that your intentions is to date and you want to be in a serious long-term relationship, but honestly I'm not there. I just want to keep things casual and like see where it goes and eventually get to where you want to get to. I will gladly respect that and be like, you know what, I respect it, I wish you the best. Or if I want to entertain that, then that's on me. However, they told you what it was from jump. Respect it and
That's respectful.
reciprocate, because your actions are your response is your responsibility. If I'm not gonna chase someone who just told me that they want to keep things casual, like what I look like.
No, it's true. It's true.
So,
And hey, if you want to keep things casual, you'll go, okay, I'm right now in that era. We cool. But you could be in that era at that moment, but then you could decide, like, I'm not in this era anymore and I do want something more serious. Things do change. And that's the climate and that's the nature of the beast.
But you guys have to know each other before that.
That too. But I do think in this day and age, dating is an investment. I do feel, especially with this newer generation, but we're not gonna put it and shit on just the newer generation because I just feel in a whole new world. Yes, the newer generation may be doing it, but I'm not gonna sit. Listen, we sometimes talk about Gen Z, but I'm gonna own our own millennials too. I feel like just in general, we adapt to the world going on. That even not only Gen Z, but millennials too, etc., are in that pit of, well, it's a free meal. Well,
I think
it's a free experience. Oh, whatever. I'll just do it just for the like experience of the date or whatever. You feel me? Like
I don't think. Well, we're in our 30s. I feel like if you're in your 30s or higher and you're thinking like that, like you have that logic, you are a fucking munch. You are a moocher.
Well, unfortunately, there's people still out there. So,
and that's really sad. And like, God bless you, but that's crazy. I think that's cute. That's never cute. That I could understand someone from a younger generation to think like that because they're not really thinking long term. Not everyone thinks like that anyway. There are young people who are actually more focused in like serious relationships. However, in our day and age and our like generation, that's not a good look. If anything, you should be investing on your career, on your health, on your wealth, on your mental mindset. Like that's not cute.
yeah. Well,
and I rest my case.
Exactly. And caso
cerrado. How do you do that?
But this is something this is obviously a topic. Listen, this is one of those topic conversational pieces that is like so broad that it could just be talked about in the future. And we definitely will talk about it. And we like perspective. I always hit you up like one-on-one. I hit Melanie up like, yo, this will be a conversational piece that will be great with a female perspective, a straight male perspective, a gay male perspective, blah, blah. Like I like to hear all we like to hear all the different types of perspectives because there are different types of perspective. We all are different types of people. So obviously everyone in this world is gonna have different walks of life, different experiences, different perspectives. So this is something is not the first or the last time you hear of us talking and diving into. And I would love to have this conversation also with our good Judy and friend of the show, Byronique Barbie. But it is time to play. Before we go, one of our favorite games, and we want you guys out there watching, listening to play along with us. Who's most likely between Melanie and myself? This is one of our favorite games on the Inner Circle podcast. And these are some tantalizing who's most likely questions that you guys can get into and pick upon ourselves. And me and Melanie are basically gonna shoot the target at each other and say who's most likely or own our shit. So are you ready?
Yep.
Born ready. That's what you were supposed to say. Born
ready.
Maybelline. It's I don't know. I feel like
it's God.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Maybelline. Mm-hmm.
You ready? All right, here we go. Who is most likely?
It's gonna be all you.
Let me dig into this Rolodex a la Bianca Del Rio. Who's most likely to quote movies no one has seen? You.
Me.
Jinx! I love that. That was a good one. That was a good one. You see, BFF thing right there. That was you. Who's most likely is a fucking pushover?
Not me, bitch. You.
No,
You.
I'm not that much of a pushover.
Yes, you are. You don't like being told what to do, but I'm not a pushover. You got me fucked up.
I'm glad you said I don't like being told what to do because I don't. But pushover, I can see why you're saying me. I can see why you're saying me in relationships. In relationships.
Yeah. Not
in
me.
relationships.
I know my worth.
But no, I know my worth too. Been around the world, Who is most likely goes to Taco Bell sober? You, not me.
I don't have to drink to Taco Bell.
I don't even do Taco.
I love me the Mexican pizza.
I love Mexican.
I love me a Crunchwrap Supreme.
And if you go to our Inner Circle podcast, we just posted an amazing restaurant that if you're in New York, and specifically Brooklyn, you should check out. Go to our Inner Circle page on the Instagram, and you would definitely check it out. I do love good tacos, but not Taco Bell. All right.
Next. Jay got me.
Who is most likely? You see. That first one was you. You see, but we both said it. That's good. That's BFF power right there. Who is most likely has never looked at porn?
Well, that's none of us.
None of us. But I feel like I'm more pornographic than you.
I was gonna say something that sounds so disgusting, but it's not what you guys think. I was gonna say we've watched porn together, but it wasn't that we were watching it and doing things. It was that we were just like peeping some shit that was sent to us. You know, it falls in our lap.
A lot of things fall
Next question.
Who's most likely plays drinking games for glory? Not what? Who's most likely plays drinking games for glory, not drinking?
Me.
You?
I love playing drinking games because when you play Never Have I Ever and you have to drink, a lot of the shit that you guys do, I don't do it, so I don't have to drink. It's all in my tactic.
Who's most likely tries to act rich?
I don't act, I am.
Not me.
What else?
There you go. She said it. She sold herself out. Y'all heard her. She sold herself out. Not me. Oh. Who's most likely has a heart-to-heart with a homeless guy?
Not me. I ain't getting close to no dirty person. You would be like, you've done it. You food or something. Let me tell you what Charlie did. Whilst one time before we headed to Boxers for happy hour, Charlie had a little Ziploc bag of like toothpaste, baby wipes, little mini deodorant, little travel toiletries to give around homeless people. And I remember a specific time you gave it to this homeless person. They looked at you like you were crazy, and I was yeah, because they want money, they want crack. So,
but listen, I was still trying to do my good diligence. But yes, you're right. It would be me. Yeah, and I won't stop that. Even though these homeless people in New York are fucking bougie. Who's most likely will become a millionaire and blow it all? Me.
Not me. I'm smart. I invest.
No, because I will be. No, you know why? I'm gonna think because I'm such a giving person. I get you everything, but I'm a giving person. You got mad brothers. I am a giving person. Listen, I've always said my goal is to. I don't want to be rich to be rich. I want to be rich to give back and help people.
Good. Then don't forget me and take care of me.
Be comfortable, but also to help people that I really love. So yeah, most likely I'll be the one to go broke everything. But you know what?
We gotta play the lottery.
I'm learning from a lot of people out there that say. Even I was watching The Breakfast Club yesterday. Shout out to Charlamagne and DJ Envy. We're gonna be on Watch What Happens Live. I'm gonna be on The Breakfast Club, and I'm manifesting that shit. Trust me, I'm doing my work. I'm manifesting that shit. Shout out to DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God. They were talking about this too, and we'll get into that some other day. Who's most likely doesn't have standards? Me. We don't even have to finish that. Me. Mm-hmm. Who's most likely runs shirtless to show off body?
Charlie.
This is random, by the way. These are a Rolodex. I'm just pulling random. I'm really just pulling random. So
I'm only topless on vacation.
Who's most likely could do a whole lot better? Me. Depending on the topic.
Both of us.
Me. That's why I said depending on the topic. Depending
I
on
would
the
say
category. Oh, what's this? Okay, advertisement. Literal advertisement. I never seen that. Who's most likely will pay you back later?
You.
I
Forever.
guess.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No. Yeah.
Yeah, me. I'll say that.
Because we don't get paid at the same time.
But I was gonna say something shady, bitch. I'll tell you after the show. Remind me.
Okay.
At least I pay back. I'll tell
bitch.
you after the show. I'll tell you after
Oh,
the
bitch.
show. I'll tell you after the show.
Ooh, bitch. Okay. Next.
Who's most likely is way too comfortable talking about sex? Me.
Yeah, very.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's
Baby.
talk about what I do and I love and enjoy and do well. Who's most likely is a craft beer snob? Not me, because I don't care about beer.
Craft beer snob? I don't drink beer.
Snob, you.
I don't drink beer. But if I was to drink, I'm a snob when it comes to what I want to drink. Which...
Wait a minute. Someone from Rhode Island won $1 million.
Yeah, but right now in New York is 720. How about?
Yo, my horoscope said, watch your tongue. I was going to say, I'm sure most likely the name doesn't rhyme with Giselle. Who's most likely to carefully construct social media image? You didn't get that one, Melanie, but I said
no, I didn't.
Giselle?
Say it afterwards. No, I don't.
Remind me. But anyways, who's most likely to carefully? I'm glad you did it. Who's most likely to carefully? Because if you didn't, that means other people did. Who's most likely to carefully construct social media image? You.
I don't construct my social media image. I just have an aesthetic.
You have more of an image to uphold, so you want to put certain things out there.
I am as I've gotten. Yes, that's absolutely true. As I've gotten older, I don't really post as much as I used to.
Mel, yep, we have something. Okay.
Thanks, Joey.
Who's most likely? Oh, this is cute because we're gonna take our kids there soon. My kids there. I'm gonna take. Who's most likely is way down to go to Chuck E. Cheese? Me.
Not me. I can't. No, to be around screaming kids. Yeah, right.
I'm
gonna be that rich auntie that's not gonna like be around kids. Here, I'll sell you money. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa.
Who's most likely to finish every wounded soldier? Finishes every wounded soldier at party. What does that mean?
I don't know, bitch, but that sounds like you're finishing them off. Next question. I'm not fixing no wounded soldier. This ain't no Pearl Harbor.
Well, the hot guys serving our country, I'll do it.
There were cops, maybe. No,
who's most likely to always tell the same damn story? Me.
Charlie.
I'll take that. Who's most likely loses keys while driving?
You. You lose everything.
I don't lose everything, but
you lost your ID.
I lost my whole wallet. That's a whole different thing. Or I got pickpocketed, but that's a different story. Who's most likely precisely measures substances to ensure equal distribution? You, if you was into substances, but not me.
I do that with food.
Well, there you go. That's a substance. Who's most likely gets trapped by revolving doors? You. Not me.
I hate revolving doors. Like, that's fucking gross with the fucking prints and stuff. Yuck.
I think this is you too. Who's most likely builds a fort and sleeps in it for a whole week?
Oh my god, me! I used to have a teepee when I was younger.
I do have a Harry Potter.
I had a bunk bed with my older. Was it Lucy? I don't know. I think yeah. One of my sisters was on top. I was in the bottom, and I turned it into like a teepee, and I like had my own fort. Because a bitch needs privacy.
3 more. Who's most likely is always the little spoon? You.
Always, you know. I love me
back and forth.
A buff daddy.
Who's most likely that music festival was life changing? I think you.
Music festivals.
That music festival was life changing.
No.
No, not you.
I wouldn't go to a music festival.
I've never been. I've been to many concerts, but not a music festival. Who's most likely will argue which way is north? You, not me. I'll be like, bitch, I don't
I'm
know. Where are we going? Lead the way. I don't care.
I'm not good at directions. That's why I like being driven. I don't drive. I'm a certified I told.
You did say that a few weeks ago. You don't really like.
Let me shut up. I was gonna say I was just called a certified passenger princess.
Nah, that yeah, I don't care either. Like, I wouldn't argue about north. I'll be like, I don't argue.
Bitch, I ain't no compass. Like,
me either. I'm like, go with the flow. But if I know where I'm going and I know exactly where it's at, because I have a good, once I go somewhere once, I have a good photographic memory and like sense of direction, then I will argue. But for the most part, I'm like, go ahead, take the lead. I'll just watch. But anyways, this was a fun show. Damn, we had so much to unpack. There's no need for an after show today because we got to nitty gritty with you guys. You guys could catch us streaming the very next day on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, all your favorite streaming services. You guys can catch every Wednesday. We are not taking no summer break. You guys can catch us every Wednesday with new episodes at 8 p.m. live on YouTube and Facebook. Anything else you have for us, girlfriend?
July is coming to an end, and August is coming, and we have a little special announcement for August. We're going to be doing some things.
Yeah, that's we're going to get some content coming along your way. But join us next week for an all-new episode. We thank you guys for supporting us, being with us every week, checking us out every week, sharing, liking, subscribing, telling your friends to watch, all that. We really appreciate you guys. This was a fun episode. Catch us on streaming the very next day. We appreciate you guys. Till next week, we are out. We don't have herpes, but we'll be coming back to your life like herpes. Thank you guys so much for supporting. We truly appreciate it. We'll check you guys out next week with more Gaga like we bring you guys. Adios.
We'll have another analogy.